Hello everyone, come back to our JavaScript object-oriented programming series. In the last video, we learned about object prototype and prototype chain. So today we are going to cover inheritance using extend, calling parent constructor with the super keyword and overwriting method in a child class. So by the end of this video, you will create hierarchical class structure and you can use your reuse your code efficiently. So let's start with that. And I've created a HTML file that is inheritance.html, and I'm going to write all the JavaScript code inside the script. So the question is, what is inheritance? So inheritance allow a class, or we can say a child, to reuse properties and method of another class, that is parent, right? In JavaScript, this is done using the extend keyword, right? So let's write a basic code and understand what is inheritance, right? So let's create a class that is basically animal, right? We created animal class and we are going to use constructor, and we'll say name, right? We're going to say this here is dot name, right? Equals to name. Now what we're going to do, we're going to say speak, that the method we have declared here. So we'll say console dot log, and we are going to say this dot name, and we can say that this will be template. So we have to add inside and makes a sound, right? So we have created a class that is a parent class. Now we are going to create a class that is basically class dog, and we are going to extend the all the features of the parent class. So we'll say animal, right? And we're going to create an object that is constant dog1 to new dog, and we are going to say the body, right? And we'll say dog1 dot speak method. So here what we are doing, we are inheriting all the properties of animal inside the dog, right? So this is what it's called inheritance. And in the real world, if you want to understand, then it's like you are taking the surname of your father, and you are taking some kind of assets from your father in, and you are registering on your name. That is basically inheritance. So you are using basically their properties and their features inside inside yours, right? So that is called inheritance, right? And how we use here, so in a real life, if you want to add some properties or assets from your parents, you have to go to the code. But in this, we have to use the extend keyword, right? And in the code, what we have done, we have created a class animal that is a parent class, and it has a method that is basically, that's a it is speak, right? And we have created a dog class, and we are extending all the properties and method from the animal class in the dog. Now we are uh, just created an object, and then we are calling the speak method, right? So let's run it and see what we get here. So let me see this wrong file. Let's replace. So it's a body makes a sound, right? Now you can see that we have successfully inherit the properties of parent inside the child class, right? Now the next thing what you're going to do, we are going to use the super keyword, calls the super keyword, and basically what it does, it calls the parent class constructor or a method, right? So let's write, say for work, right? Now we will create a class. Let's comment this. It's a class and we'll say dog extends. What we're going to do, we're going to say here constructor, and that will be a name, and say that is it, right? And then we'll say super, going to say name here, and the next we'll say this dot this dot breed. Then that will be a. So what we're going to do, we are going to just enable this the class. We are going to use name, right, because we have declared this, and we are calling the name from the parent class using the super keyword, right? And we are going to create a method here, so that will say info, will say so dot dog, and we'll say dollar this, this dot name is and we can say this dot, yeah, and that's it, and we, that is the method. Now what we're going to do, we are going to create a object that is basically constant dog 2, and we can say new dog, and we'll say rex, say German, this will be a string, so parenthesis, and we'll say dog dot speak. We're going to call the method, and we'll say dog 2 dot in, right? Here what you are doing, we are basically, with the help of super keyword, we are initializing the parent name property inside the parent name property, this inside the child class, right? So let's switch to the browser and see what we get. Got rex make a sound, and rex is the breed German Shepherd, right? So next thing what we are going to do, we are going to learn method overriding, right? So method overriding, basically a child class can override a parent method. So we have written this here, right? This is a super, this is constructor. I mean, this is the super keyword, and we are going to override. So we'll say method overriding, right? So we'll create a class, and we'll say dog. We're going to say extend animals, animal, and then we'll create a method that's a speak, and we are going to say console log. Let's copy this here. So rather than speak, we can say pass. So this. Now we'll create a third object that will be dog b to new dog. You can say set. And now we're going to call the method that will say dog dot speak, right? So what we are doing, we have initialized a method in a parent class that says speak, right? So what we are doing here, we are overriding this speak method inside the child class, right? Rather than printing this, it will not say that max make a sound, instead of saying max make a sound, it will print max barks, right? So let's switch to the browser. See, say max bark, right? And that is what the method overriding is, right? You can also call a parent method from a child using the super.method node, and that basically let you reuse parent functionality and extend it. So and that's it for the today video, and that is what inheritance using extend and a super keyword, that basically what we have learned in a JavaScript. So inheritance is basically inheriting all the properties of your parent class into the child class. So what we have done here, so let me just comment this and I'll explain. So this is our parent class and this is our animal class, and we are inheriting the method and the properties of a parent class inside the child class, right? And then we have used the super keyword. So super keyword basically help us to call the parent class or a constructor or a method, right, using the super keyword. So this is our parent class, and we have created a child class. This is the super.name, and we have used a super keyword, and we are inheriting the properties of that basically the constructor, right, inside the child class. And the third one we have learned about the method overriding. So a child class can override a parent method, and that's what the inheritance is using extend and super, and also the method overriding. So in the next video, we are going to learn about encapsulation and polymorphism, that basically make our classes even more robust, and that's it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll see you into the next one.